Zhang Linghe didn't say a word. He didn't have to. The moment Jin Jing spun around mid-auction, pointed straight at him, and told the show's host, "Do you people not realize how expensive he looks?" The room did the rest of the work for her. Welcome back to Rabbit News Hallyu, where we cover the small moments in C-ent that somehow end up carrying an entire news cycle. That single line topped Weibo's entertainment trending list within hours, splitting off into its own subtag almost immediately. But it wasn't a scripted punchline sitting in a script binder somewhere. It was 4 cast members who've spent enough time together on Let's Start Deduction Season 4 that their comedic timing has basically gone on autopilot. Fictional buyer for not being able to afford him. Chaoyue asked, deadpan, whether the man even had money. Zhang Linghe, playing along, threw out an opening bid of 100 just to keep the chaos moving. Within seconds, the group had baited the NPC into overspending, and the camera caught Zhang Linghe's face doing that specific thing where pride and embarrassment show up at exactly the same time. None of that required a script. That's worth sitting with for a second, because it's the actual explanation for why the clip traveled the way it did, not the joke itself, but the fact that nobody was performing it. It wasn't the only bit that ran on pure reflex. Earlier in the episode, Zhang Linghe confidently claimed he'd seen through the Hongmen banquet trap the whole time and had stayed alert the entire round. Liang Chaoyue shut that down in one sentence, "But you ate the most," and left him with nothing to say back. A few scenes later, he tried to make a smooth entrance by pushing through a door for effect, got stuck, and broke his own composed expression in front of the rest of the cast. Chengxin and Liang Chaoyue couldn't hold it together. Twice in one episode, the cool and composed persona cracked on camera. Twice, the crack outperformed the Polish. Which brings us to the moment that actually got the most attention out of the whole hour, and it wasn't a punchline at all. During the segment where the auctioneer introduces a collection tied to the Crown Prince store exchange, 30 seconds at most. But unscripted contrast like that, one person genuinely moved, one person cracking up, neither one performing for the lens, is exactly the footage that travels well as a standalone clip. You don't need 3 episodes of backstory to understand what's funny about 2 people reacting in opposite directions to the same line. That's probably also why the editing team split this single episode into several separate cut-downs instead of one recap reel. The auction bit, the laughing mismatch, and a third moment, the cast standing together in matching tactical-style uniforms for the episode's detective framing, were each strong enough to trend on their own. That third moment says something about how these shows are being consumed outside China now. Zhang Linghe, Chengxin, and Yang Chaoyue appeared in coordinated uniforms, and international viewers immediately ran with the comparison, calling it a visual feast and joking about assigning each of them a badge number, treating 3 actors in matching outfits like a poster for a crime drama that doesn't exist yet. Zhang Linghe, 190 centimeters, with bone structure that cosmetic surgeons in China have publicly cited as a benchmark for facial proportion, anchored the composed, unreadable end of the group. Chengxin brought the exaggerated confidence, striking a deliberately cool pose that Jin Jing and Yang Chaoyue immediately called too cute instead, an effect the editing team leaned into with a lightning bolt graphic layered over it. Yang Chaoyue rounded it out with what castmates on camera described as unforced, youthful charm. There's a smaller beat buried in this episode worth pulling out, because it's the kind of detail that reveals more than it seems to. During a casual exchange, Yang Chaoyue noted that Zhang Linghe's voice and off-screen personality don't really match his on-screen image, and joked that his birth name, Zhang Jiawei, suits the real him better than his stage persona does. Jin Jing backed her up, adding that Zhang Linghe and Zhang Jiawei are basically 2 different people. It's a throwaway line in the middle of a comedy segment, but it's also cast members openly acknowledging the gap between a constructed on-screen identity and the person underneath it, which is exactly the gap this whole episode kept accidentally exposing, 1 door bounce and 1 mismatched laugh at a time. There's a pattern here that's bigger than one episode of one show. Variety programming has become the place where an actor's dramatic image gets stress-tested against an unscripted one, in real time, for an audience increasingly watching in 5 to 15-second increments rather than sitting through a full hour. A single cinematic, controlled entrance means very little on its own anymore. What travels is the door bounce right after it. What gets clipped, subtitled, and reposted across 5 platforms is the moment the performance briefly fails and the person underneath shows up instead. None of this is a knock on any of them. If anything, it's the opposite. Chemistry this specific doesn't happen by accident, even when the individual bits aren't planned. Jin Jing and Zhang Linghe have known each other since playing on-screen siblings in Cloud Feathers, and it shows in how comfortable she is putting him on the spot without it landing awkward. Young Chaoyue and Zhang Linghe clearly have enough rapport that a joke about memorial lanterns reads as affection, not an insult. That kind of ease doesn't get built in a single filming block. It gets built over multiple seasons of a cast being thrown into absurd scenarios together and, evidently, actually liking each other by the end of it. For international audiences watching Chinese variety content expand its footprint outside its home market, this episode is a decent case study in what actually crosses the language barrier. It's not the production value, and it's not the mystery of the weak plot mechanics. It's 4 people comfortable enough with each other to be genuinely unguarded on camera, cut by an editing team that knows exactly which 3 seconds to isolate. Multiply that by roughly a dozen trending tags on Weibo in a single day, and you get a decent sense of why one weekly episode can outperform a month of individually promoted content. So the expensive joke, the mismatched laughter, and the matching uniforms aren't really 3 separate stories. They're the same story told 3 times, a cast comfortable enough with each other that the best moments keep happening by accident, in front of an audience that, increasingly, would rather watch that than anything scripted. If you're the kind of viewer who wants the context behind why a clip is trending, not just the clip itself, that's what we do here every week. Subscribe if you want the analysis, not just the highlight reel.